and welcome. I'm Rose and you are watching Untwist Your Stitches, a Flosstube channel with all my crafting in it. The main crafting is cross stitch, but there's also some crocheting at times and there's also some sewing. I am back early. I did not anticipate doing another Flosstube until mid-April. But I'm not sure what happened. My last Flosstube, number 8, it uploaded, it was doing fine, and then I had a message from a fellow Flosstuber saying, hey, your channel just cut off after about 10 minutes. Well, I went back and looked and it's actually 13 minutes and it shut off when it was supposed to be an hour and some long. So I'm coming back. I'm going to show you what got lost in the other video in case you didn't see it. And I'm going to show you some new things. I want to thank the Floss Boss and Cousins, Christy and Callie, and Cross Stitch the Globe, Stephanie and Allison. They both mentioned me on their Flosstubes, and after they did, I got quite a few new subscribers. So that's also why I'm coming back early, is to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you for coming over and subscribing. I hope you find something here that you're interested in and that inspires you or encourages you in some way. But I wanted to thank both of those channels for mentioning me and saying that you should come over and give my channel a view, because that's why I'm here. I'm here because I want to share my stitching with a wider variety of people, maybe encourage you in some way, maybe enable you into buying something different, something new, showing you some different ways of maybe finishing things or going about stitching or whatever. But thank you for coming over. If you are new here, if you've just found my channel, I encourage you to subscribe and hit the like button. That bumps my videos up so that they're more accessible to more people. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. So I am not techie. Me and technology have a hate-hate relationship. I hate having to do techie things, and it always messes up. So whatever happened to my last video, I have no idea. When I uploaded it, it was all there. It was all there for at least a week. And then, like I said, someone reached out to me and said, hey, you know, it's not playing. It cuts off after just a few minutes in. So I'm going to try very hard to do this all in one take so that I don't have to do much editing except for maybe adding a few pictures of my whips, and so that you know where I was at previously and how much I got finished in the time that I worked on them. Each one of my whips usually gets a full week. I start on Sunday, I end on Saturday night. It seems to be working well for me this year, so I'm going to try to continue with that. The only caveat to that is my SAL for the year. It is 60 is only a number, and that's because I am turning 60 this year. I did not want to have 60 starts. I did not want to have anything like that. So my SAL is about patriotic pieces, and I work on them from the 7th to the 10th of every month. And the reason I'm doing that is my birthday is July 10th. So if I work on that every day or every month from the 7th to the 10th, that gives me a good amount of stitching to get in on these sals. And I will be showing you the one that I am currently working on, and I'm getting very close to a finish. If all things work out in April, I hope to have this first one finished, and then I can move on to my second patriotic piece, and that would be really fun. So let's get started with what I have to show you. This was in my last video, but it's where it got cut off. So I'm going to re-show it so that you can see the entire thing. It is Mirabilia's Raven Queen. And what I have finished so far is the queen in her dress is complete. And over here in the corner where my finger is showing you, that's starting in on the background. The background is not going to be done as it is in this. I've got a few ideas as to how I want the background to be. So as I continue with my stitching, you'll see how I've changed it. Also, the green in her dress here and the green down here, those colors I also changed because I did not want the turquoise that it's charted as. My favorite color is green, and I wanted to use that. So that is the first one. If you have any questions about the colors that I changed, send me a message. You can either do it here on YouTube, or I have an Instagram account, both of which will, well, you can just message me in the comments below if you want to do it on YouTube, but I'll add my Instagram account in the description box when I edit this, so that you can, if you decide you want to, you can send me a direct message on Instagram. This is my current patriotic piece. I'm going to show, well, the light's a little bit off today. There's a storm coming in, so you might not see it very well. But this is I've been working on it January, February, March. And so far I have gotten this much done. And it's hard to see, but the S is all done in Gentle Arts Oatmeal. The red is a variegated DMC, and the blue is a Gentle Arts. And again, if you want to know the colors for that, just send me a message and I'll be happy to add those. Or maybe when I'm editing, maybe I can add that information for you. The next one is a companion piece that Country Cottage Needleworks did for the sheep virtues. This is Sheep in the Meadow. I am doing this one along with all of the virtues. And it's going to be a banner. I'm doing it on a long piece. So far, this is how I've got. I am almost done. I have the house to finish, and then this one will be complete. Oh, no, that's not true. I've got a few It looks like I have a few of the leaves to add in. I just realized that. I thought I had done those, but I haven't. But if I finish the tree and the house, and then that one will be done. So I'm pretty sure on the next time I pull this one out, I will have this finished and I can start on one of the virtues. I'm not sure which one I'll start on. I had a new start. It is Zucca. This is an Allesandra Adalaide chart. There's a lot of people on Flosstube that are doing this, and a lot of them are changing the colors. The ones that I've seen, I'm pretty sure that Christy from Floss Boss and Cousins and one of the ladies from Lost Your Needles are both doing it, and they've both changed the colors to, I believe, well, Christy is doing hers in white. The girl from Floss Boss or from Lost Our Needles, I believe she's doing hers in teal. So this is how far I have gotten on mine. And it is this center area right here, starting here and going up. The colors I'm using is, this is butterscotch for the stem. I'm doing foliage for the leaves up here in the stem. It's a nice variegation. This broom tree, these little ones down here, this is the color. It's broom tree. The dark leaves in the pumpkin, I'm doing in Summer Showers. And it's not showing up as dark as what it is. The light is just a little bit, like I said, the light's a little bit off. And then the main white color is White Lightning for all of this. And it's a very subtle variegation in a light gray, ecru. It's very pretty. And I'm loving working on this. It's just so beautiful. So that's how far I've gotten on that. That was a new start. The next one, I will pop a picture in of what the finished piece is. I've been working on this since 2013, but there were in 2018 and 2019, I never touched it. So I never did any work on it whatsoever. This is a Heaven and Earth design, a chart. The design artist is Dona Gelsinger. And the name of the piece is Christmas Cottage. This is a memory piece I'm doing for my dad. Let me stand up real quick because it's a big piece. It is on 16 count light dove. And the area that I'm working on is this underneath the, underneath the chair there. And that will give me a page finish. But so far, this is how far I've gotten. And it's 8 pages across and 9 pages down, I believe, and they're full 8 by 10 pages. So that's a lot of work. A lot of confetti, especially over here. There's a lot of color changes, but even in this wreath, when I was doing that, there are 70 colors in that wreath in order to get the shading. So yeah, it's very confetti heavy in some areas. In other areas, it goes really quick because it's not quite, you know, in the where the snow is and whatnot, it's not quite so many color changes, but even there's color changes to get the shading just right because there is no back stitching in this. The next piece that I am currently working on, oh no, I did not bring, I'm working on it downstairs and I forgot to bring the pattern up. I'm sorry. It is Autumn by the Cross-Eyed Cricket. I'll pop a picture in when I'm doing my editing so that you can see what the finished piece looks like. This is a 32 count Lugana, and the name of it is Gingerbread. So it's still in my Q-snap. I didn't want to take it completely out, but I did want to take it far enough out so you could see the whole piece that I have finished. And that is what I am currently working on. This is my current work. I meant to tell you the this is 16 count French lace. This is 28 count Rusty, and it's an even weave. It's a 28 count Rusty. It's coming off very, it's looking very red in what you're seeing, but it is not that red. It is much more, well, the color that it says, rusty. The patriotic piece is on pale baby blue, and it is 16 count. My preferred fabric is Aida. I do a lot of stitching on Aida. It's what I started out, well, after my first foray into cross stitching. Back in the 80s, that's what you stitched on, was Aida or linen. And at that time, I wasn't brave enough to try the linen, so I stitched a lot on Aida, and I really enjoy it. I do not think that it detracts in any way from your stitching if you use Aida. There's a lot of people out there that do use it, that have been longtime stitchers. I have been doing this since the early 80s, and I still very much enjoy stitching on my Aida fabric. I've got a lot of 14 count. I've got a lot of 16 count, 18, 20, 22, all of those. They're very relaxing. It doesn't take a lot of thinking when you're stitching on Aida, other than your colors and your numbers there. You're not counting the extra, you know, when you do over 2, you're not counting that extra amount. So it's very soothing and relaxing to stitch on Aida, and I've found it, the finishes are lovely. So I have no problem with it. I am going to do a new start. Whoops, let me put these back the right place. I have a new start that I will begin probably not tomorrow, because tomorrow is Easter Sunday, so there's going to be a lot of craziness going on with my grandson here for that. So I'll probably wait until Monday to get this started. It is the Hummingbird Mill Hill kit. And the colors in here are just so awesome. They're so awesome. I'm going to be doing it on this. Oh, hold please. Okay, I got my board so it would be easier for you to see this, but I'm going to be doing it on black perforated paper, and these are all the colors. And I just think that's it's going to pop off that black and just be so, so vibrant. And then there are a few beads. Those are the beads for it. So yes, starting Monday, I will be getting into that and making a start on it. So that's all my whips. I know I kind of went through them kind of fast, but I don't know how many of you have already seen the other video in its full length. So I didn't want to spend a lot of time going over and over and over everything I'd already covered. Hopefully those of you who haven't seen those before, I gave it enough time so that you could really see what I was stitching. The other thing that I have been doing, let me just check my notes here for a moment, please. Yes, so that was everything. I did have, I call these postal prizes. It's what I have bought since last you saw me. Now I'm kind of on a bit of a do not buy, but it's not absolute. If I see something that I really, really, really think that I want to get, or it's on sale, or I just want it, I am going to buy it. I'm not going to tell myself I absolutely can't buy anything. But I'm trying to not buy, I'm sorry, I'm dropping things all over the place. I'm trying not to buy a whole lot of extras because I do have quite a large stash. However, this week I received this snowman, scissor fob, and Needleminder. I also got this cute frog, scissor fob, and Needleminder. And finally, I love cardinals. Cardinals just, they're my new thing. And so I got a cardinal Needleminder and scissor fob, and I just haven't pulled out the project that I'm going to put these with yet. Now, the reason that these are in being shown the way that they are is I have made myself these cute little scissor cases. They're really quick. They're very fun to make. You can, if you're a quilter or any kind of sewer, you can use scrap pieces to make these. It takes no amount of fabric, hardly at all, to make them. And they're padded. They've got batting in them so that they hold your scissors very well, and you don't have a fear of, your scissors poking through anything, like poking your project bags or anything like that. So they're really fun to make, and they're so fun to make that, where did I put them? Oh, I've been going to a stitching retreat for the last 12 years. This will be my last year there because my husband and I have sold our business and we are moving from California to Idaho. As a matter of fact, we just did the closing on the house that we bought in Idaho Friday. So, as a goodbye gift to the ladies that I have been going to this retreat for, I made each one of them a scissor case. And if you would give me just a second, I will grab them and be right back. So here I am back, and these are all the scissor cases that I made. There are some that are stitching related. There are some that are, they've got flowers. These are all remnants that I had from other projects that I have already made. And I never throw away a good sized piece of fabric. I just keep it in case something like this comes up and I need just a small piece of fabric to do it. So each one has a small 2024 charm attached to it. They've got these nice snaps. They're fully lined. They're padded, and each one of the ladies at our retreat, which our retreat is very small, it's very localized, and I made enough so that everybody will have a choice as to what they want to choose as their scissor case. And they're all very unique. They're all different. I very seldom make the exact same thing over and over again, although I did have to do that because the director, programmer, whatever you want to call the person that in charge of the retreat, asked me if I could help her out and do a the gift that each one of the participants get. And what we came up with was these snap trays. Now, she bought the fabric and the batting for this, and they're wonderful trays. They lay flat, you can fold them up, you can stick them in your project bag or your retreat bag or whatever, and then when you need it, you can you snap them back together real quick, and they can be used as an orte tray, or they can hold candy, or whoops, there we go. But yeah, that's what I did. So I made these for her to give out. There'll be another gift to go along with it, but this is one of the things that each of the retreat member or participants will receive this year. And this, I did 40 of these, and they're all quilted and ready to go. So I've been doing a lot of sewing lately, as you probably can imagine with everything I've done. I also, for my table mates, I put together a small gift box. These were at Target this year. They're a felted box. These also were at Target at the front of the store. And then I put batting in there and covered the top of it for a pin cushion. There's a measuring tape, a small needle minder. Oops, excuse me. A small needle minder. I made it can be a key fob, it can be a project zipper fob, it can be a scissor fob. You could put your floss drops on here. It could be a floss drop fob, whatever it is that they want to do. And each one's a little bit different. This one actually has a turtle bee in it. Then there's a small nail file. I made them a scissor case, and inside the scissor case is a small scissors. And it has my Etsy name on the tag, because I do sell items on Etsy. And then just a small plastic tub for whatever it is they would want to put in there. Oops, now I can't get my scissors back in. And each one has their own private little frog. And I call that the karma frog, so that when you have issues with, if you've got a project that's just not working, you go and you rub the karma frog and you ask him to please tell his fellows to go find someplace else to perch, so that you have no more frogging on your cross stitch. And there's also a small charm on each one. And I've made 5 of these. Oh, I forgot to show you this. I also made these. They are a magnetic needle keeper. There's a magnet here and here, so that your needles will stick, and this will hold closed. So if you are a person that uses more than one needle, where you like to keep your thread on the needle and you're going through a project where there's a lot of color changes, you can just lay your needles here with the thread. And if you need to walk away, you can close it up. I also put a small charm on the outside with also ribbon. Jessica, the saltwater stitcher, had made some of these for her retreat friends. And I thought, oh, what a great idea. Now, I wish she'd have given more information about it, but I just watched and listened to what she said that she had done. And then I came up with my own idea, and here it is. Usually our retreat is in March, right around St. Patrick's Day. But this year it had to get moved because the retreat center had a conflict with another group, and that other group got priority over our group. So we got kicked back to towards the end of April. But normally our group is there during St. Patrick's Day, and I love green. Green is my favorite color, so I like to use green in. And then I got this gold trim to go along with it. So those are 4. I made 5 of them. One for the retreat director, and then 4 others for friends that I sit with at the retreat, and they will each get all of those items as a gift from me for this being my last retreat with them. I just saw, as I was moving that I had one more postal prize that I got. I told you I was on a no buying year. Well, this I saw, I don't remember which one of the floss tubers I was watching, but someone else in Flosstube was showing this pattern, and I loved it. These colors just are fabulous. And you can only get this as a kit. Of all places, Amazon. When I Googled it to see who was selling it and what the price was for it, Google had this on sale for 25% off. And I could not resist. I was like, I know I'm not going to start this right away, but those, oh, look at those fall colors and how gorgeous that is. I'm thinking of maybe doing it on a dark gray. I don't want to do it on black. Black would be too much, but maybe a darker gray. It comes with white Aida in it, but I'm definitely not going to do it on white Aida. I want to do it on more of either a brown, a real deep woodsy brown, but I don't want my colors to disappear on a brown. So I was thinking gray would be a good option to put this on and really have those colors just come out at you. I don't know when I'll do this, but it is on my radar, and it's just so gorgeous. So that was another buy that I made. I probably didn't need to, but like I said, yes, I'm on a no buying spree this year, but it's not to the point where I'm not going to buy something no matter what. Now, my 1, 2, 3 wish list is overflowing because when I do see something on it by another floss tuber, I'll grab my phone and go to 1, 2, 3 Stitch. If it's there, I'll put it on my wish list. If it's not there, then I put it in a note on my phone that this is another thing that I'm looking for when my no buying is over with. But for the most part, I'm trying not to buy. I'm trying to stitch from what I've already got because I have a ton. And I know there's always going to be something more out there that I want. But how about let's finish what you've already got before you start bringing in a whole bunch more, because as it is, I will never get through everything that I have, and I know that, and my kids are going to have to either decide they want to start stitching or pass it off to someone who does when I'm no longer here. But yeah, there are going to be things that I'm going to buy throughout the year. I'm just going to be not as impulsive as I have been in the past. So that is, I believe, everything I have to show you right now. Like I said, this was not a planned video. I'm doing this for my new subscribers. I'm doing this because my other video just did not, for whatever reason, want to work. And I wanted to get a good video out there so that I wouldn't lose subscribers by them going, what is this crazy woman doing? You know, what's going on? So the last thing I want to do is suggest some other floss tubers that you might want to go and take a look at and see what they're doing. There's so many out there. There's so many out there. I'm sure you're going to be able to find somebody that really speaks to you. If I don't, that's fine. I'm not for everybody. I'm kind of odd. I'm not the norm. I don't do samplers. I don't do a lot of houses. I just don't fit into the common thread that seems to be going on. However, I do love watching these ladies that do these samplers, that do the homes, that come out with these different things that I personally do not want to stitch, but I enjoy seeing them and I think they're beautiful, and I really like to see them when they're being shown. So some of the other floss tubers that you might want to go check out: the Sassy Southern Stitchers, Sips and Whips, the Welcome Stitchery. That is Shelly and Justine. Justine owns a needlework or a cross stitch store, and they have some really great, because she has a store, they have a really wide variety of things that you'll see on their floss tube. Lost Our Needles, Sarah's Stitchery, and Handmade by Sarah W. They each have their own floss tube, but just a couple days ago, they collaborated and did kind of like a Zoom floss tube. And it was really fun to watch. And it's on, if you go to either one of their channels, it will link you to the one that they did together. And they just did a lovely job. And I really enjoyed what they showed and how they collaborated. Cross My Stitches is another one. She's got some very different stitching, not the normal stuff you see from everybody. Two Needles Pulling Thread. They've been out there for a long time. They do things that you don't see a lot of, but they also do things that are in the mainstream. The Stitching Owl, she is a Canadian stitcher. She has some really interesting stuff. You want to go look at her. And then Helen D. I know a lot of you probably watch Helen D. If you don't, she is well worth the watch. She has some great finishing tips. She has some tutorials and whatnot for you. So she is worth taking the time to go and check out her channel and find out what she has to share. She is currently doing a SAL. It's a design that is specifically for her SAL. It's called Bee Farm, and it's by Erin Elizabeth Designs. Just go look at her most recent video. It will tell you all the details, how you can sign up for it, how you can get the pattern, because it is an exclusive, so it's not something you can just go out and buy. It is currently an exclusive. Now, after the SAL, it probably will be distributed to the mainstream stores, but right now you have to join the SAL in order to get the design. But go to Helen D's channel and she'll give you all the details, tell you exactly what's going on, when it's going to start, all the things, so that you can join along. And then the very last one I just saw before I started my video today that the Sable Stitchers have put up a new video. So as I'm editing my video, I will be watching the Sable Stitchers. And Sable stands for Stash Acquisition Beyond Life Expectancy. Oh, my brain just... It shut down for a minute. I know what it means, but it was like, why won't it just come out of my mouth? Anyway, stash acquisition beyond life expectancy. And I'm sure most of you know all about that. And I have one more. Let me grab my phone here. I just found this lady. She is a brand new floss tuber. Whoops. She has done one floss tube, but she is well worth going and checking out. And it is the Crow River Stitcher. She did a lovely, lovely, lovely first video. I really enjoyed it, and I'm waiting for more to come out from her, because I just think she will appeal to a lot of people. So go check her out, go see what she has to show, and show her some love from the floss community. All right, so that's what I have to share with you this time. I hope to have this up tonight, and I hope it works. It's always an adventure with me and technology to see if what I film is actually what's going to come through on my floss tube. So enjoy your stitching day. Enjoy the holidays if that is what you celebrate. If not, just grab your stitching, grab a drink, prop your feet up, and have a lovely afternoon. Thank you for coming and joining me. I really appreciate it. Bye.